Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. And today we are just going to talk about the basic things which are really going to help you out in learning CCNA, right? Because I'm getting lots of queries from some of my viewers, like they want to start CCNA from the beginning. So keeping all those things in mind, I'm just going to prepare this video so that you can be benefited, right? So in this video we are just going to talk about the basic things. We are just going to see how do we add the devices in the Cisco packet tracer, and how can we assign the IP address to our end devices, and how can we check the IP addresses which has been assigned at the interface level. So all those things we are just going to see it in detail. So let me just open my packet tracer and we will follow the same things, right? So we are just going to take this as a very basics, because after watching this video you guys can easily start doing your practicals in Cisco packet tracer, right? So guys, what you have to do, first of all, if you are new to this Cisco packet tracer also, you have you have to create your NetACAD account, right? After creating the NetACAD account, so you can download the Cisco packet tracer from the official website of Cisco, and you can start doing the same, right? So if you see my basic video on the CCNA also, so wherein I have mentioned that how you can create a NetACAD account and how can you download the Cisco packet tracer, right? So today's class is purely a basic concepts, right? So this is our packet tracer. So there are two modes, logical mode and the physical mode, right? So today we are just going to talk about the logical mode, and I will also show you like how physical mode look like. So let me just give you a brief about this. As you can see these are the network devices we have, right? If you click on this, then you will start getting all the end devices like PC, laptop, servers, all those things will automatically come here, and so on. And if you go further, then you will be having some other devices. So we are just going to talk about these devices only. We are going to talk about the network devices, we are going to talk about the end devices, and we are going to talk about the cables. We call it as connections also. So what type of cables we have, right? So similarly, these are the miscellaneous devices we have. In the miscellaneous section we have the router, we have the switches, we have the PCs also, right? So let us start now. So let's take an example, like I am into my network devices, and if I have to add one router in my packet tracer, so what you can do is you just click it, drag and drop like this, right? So this device has been added. So if you want to take any switch, then you can click on this switch, and these are the series of switches we have, 2950 we have. I'll take one switch here, right? And if you want to add the end devices also, so let me just add two PCs, PC1 and the PC2, right? Now we have to make the connection between the router and the switch, as well as PC and the switch, right? So we are just going to make use of this. This is a automatic cable, this one zigzag cable. So I'm going to make use of this cable. Let me connect my end devices also. So I hope this is clear to you. This is a simple topology basically, right? So what we are going to do, we are just going to configure this router, right? And we are just going to assign the IP address to my both the interfaces. I am just going to assign the IP to my this interface FA0/0, and we are also going to create one loopback here, and we will be assigning the IP address to my loopback also, and then we will see what is the IP which has been assigned at my interface level as well as my loopback level, right? So all those things we are just going to see it in detail. So let us start now. So if you see this, this is just a notepad, so you can just put down the comment here if you want. Otherwise what you can do is like as far as the IP is concerned, so you can put it down, right? This is just for the reference purpose. For the second device I am just going to take it as 3, right? Now if you have to assign the IP address to the device, this doesn't mean that IP address has been assigned to your device. No, this is just for your reference purpose. You can just take it as a text, like, because after watching this topology you will come to know which IP series you are going to use. And if you have to assign the IP address, so what you have to do, you just need to double click on this device. You just have to come to desktop and the IP configuration. So this is similar to as you see in your day-to-day work, where you assign the IP address to your devices. So I'm just going to take it as, and I'm going to put my gateway as 11, which I'm just going to assign it at my FA0/0. So it will act as a gateway. In this topology we are not going outside this network, so the gateway is also not required. But if we will try to add more, like if we will try to expand the network, then this gateway would be required, because if we have to go from one network to another network, then gateway is mandatory, right? So I have assigned the IP address of my this device. Same thing I am going to do with this device also. And I am going to put the gateway also, right? So the IP address has been assigned to the end devices. So if I'll show you, if I'll try to ping from here to here, so it will ping, because it is your request is going to the switch, and switch is going to forward this request to this PC. So let me just show you how you can check the communication. Like for that, what you need to do, same thing, you just need to double click here. Let me just do it again. Just double click on your device, and here you can see this command prompt is there. Here you can type the address of your another device. So I'm just going to take it as, so guys, as you can see this, like we are successfully able to communicate from my first device to the second device, right? Same thing we can do it from the second device to the first device. So it is going to do the same thing, it is going to communicate, because it is in the same network. So guys, as I told you in the beginning, that this class is going to be a very basics. So that is what I am just telling you each and everything in detail. See this? So both the devices are communicating to each other, right? Now what we are going to do, we are just going to configure this router, right? So how you can configure the router, I'll just tell you. You just need to double click on your router, right? Then you have to come to the CLI. CLI stands for command line interface, and here it is asking you to, like it is asking you about the system configuration. So it is giving you a message, would you like to enter the initial configuration dialog? So if you will make it yes, then it is going to ask you so many questions. So what we are going to do, we are just going to make it no, so that whatever configuration is required, so we will do it ourselves. So we don't want to be dependent on the system, and because it may ask us like some other configuration which is not required right now. One second guys. Yeah guys, so as I told you, like we are just going to make it no, right? So first of all, you have to enable this, right? And here we are going to make use of configure terminal, right? Now we are in the configuration mode. This is global configuration mode, and let's say first of all we have to change the name of my router. So to change the name of the router, we have a command called host name, and let's say Delhi. So I want my router name to be Delhi. So once I'll say enter, then instead of this router, it will start showing you Delhi, right? Is this correct? Now if I want to save the configuration, because unless and until you will not save the configuration at the router level, so whatever commands you will run, it will be wiped out. I'll just show you. I'm not going to save it, I'm just going to reload the router. So how can you reload the router? You just need to press do reload. So it is asking you, system configuration has been modified, do you want to save it or no? If you say yes, then it is going to save your configuration, and if you will say no, then this configuration will not be saved. I'll say no. Confirm? Yes. So it is going to reboot your router, and it is going to show you router only instead of this Delhi, which was changed by us, right? We will see. See this? So the configuration was not saved. I will again enable it. First of all, you will have to enable it. Then you have to go to the global configuration mode, and here I'll say host name Delhi, and this time I just want to save the configuration, right? So how can you save the configuration? You can make use of do write command. Building configuration, okay, now this is saved. If I'll reload it, then my configuration will not be washed out. Confirm. So once the router is rebooted, so we are just going to see our configuration saved. So we will be seeing Delhi instead of the router. See this? So I'll again, my configuration is saved. That is what it is showing me, the host name as Delhi. Let me just go to the global configuration mode. Right now here I have to specify the IP address of this interface FA0/0. So what you have to do, in the global configuration mode, you have to type interface, right, INT, or you can type the full word also like this. If you press tab, then it will auto complete. Interface, which interface? FA0/0, right? So you are in the interface now. Now you have to assign the IP address. So for that, you have, what you have to do, you have to type IP address and the IP address, which IP address you want to assign. So as I told you that, like in the beginning, I am going to assign this router as 192.168.1.1, which is going to act as a gateway for my end devices, right? 192.168.1.1, and we also have to assign the subnet mask, right? So guys, as you know that, like, because we are going to make use of this class C, 192 comes under the class C, and if we talk about the default subnet mask of class C, that is 255.255.255.0, right? So that is what we have given this 255.255.255.0. I'll say enter, and if I write it, so my configuration is right, but if you see this, my port is still not up, it is showing it as down, right? I'll show you also. Do show IP interface brief. So this is the command through which you can just check for the interface, like. So as you can see this is fast Ethernet 0/0, this one, and it is showing you as administratively down. So whenever you find this, whenever you find any port as administratively down, so what you have to do, you have to make it up, right? So how can you make it up? Interface FA0, we are already in the interface, right? So we can make use of no shut. See this? So it is going into the upstate. So no shut command is going to, like, make your interface up, right? And if you say shut down, so it is going to shut down your interface, right? no shut will make it up, and shutdown will make it shut down. I hope this is clear to you, right? Now I just want to see the interface, right? Do show interface, do show. If you don't know any command, then what you can do, guys, like you can press the question mark, or 1 second, if any of the command is not running here, then you come here, show, right? You see these are the options we have: show IP, show IP, and you see this, what all things you can see under IP. I just want to check with the interface, then again question mark, brief, right? So guys, you can see this, like on my fast Ethernet 0/0, I have assigned the IP address as 192.168.1.1, and if you see this, this is up. So your interfaces should be in the up state, then only it is going to work, right? Now it is in the up state. So if I'll shut down, I'll just show you once again, then it will show administrative down, interface FA0/0 shutdown, right? So as you can see this is in the shutdown mode, and let me just show you, show IP interface brief. See this, Ethernet, fast Ethernet 0/0, IP address is this, and as I told you, it should be up, so it is showing you down because it is admin down, right? So whenever you find this admin down, you just have to make it up. Interface FA0/0, 1 second, configure terminal, interface FA0/0, no shut, and to save the configuration we make use of do write. So this is saved, right? So this is up. So if I'll try to ping from this device to this device, then we will see it should be pinging, right? 1 second, guys. Ping 192.168.1.1. So as you can see this, we are able to ping it from my end devices to my router, right? Now I would like to show you some more things here. If you want to see the running config, what all commands we have run, so that you can check it, show, and you will find something called running config. See this? So I'm just going to make use of the same one, show run and tab running config, enter. So by typing this command, show running config, you can just see that what all commands you have run. I'm just keep pressing enter. You see this IP was assigned by us, right? So you can see what all commands you have run, right? Show, if you want to see the ARP, so you can see ARP also. Show ARP. ARP stands for Address Resolution Protocol. You see this? These are the ARP entries we have in my daily router, right? So I'm having the entry of my router also, and I'm having the entry of my other device also, like this device. So let me just try to ping from here to my gateway, then we will see. So it's pinging from that device also. So let me just see the ARP entry here. So guys, as you can see this entry has also been added into my router, right? Because whenever we try to communicate to any of the device, so it keeps the record in the system, ARP table, right? So that is how it is doing. Let me just show you some more commands. Show IP, and we can see the protocols, if any of the protocol, which protocol is running with this command. Protocols, as of now there is no protocol running in this router, so that is what it is not showing you anything. Similarly, if you want to see the route, so show IP route, you see this, so it is telling you about your directly connected networks. So directly connected is 192.168.1.0, right? And as far as this L is concerned, so L is the IP address which has been assigned to my router, right? So we are not doing any subnetting here, so that's what it is showing you /24, because you know that like by default in class C we have /24, right? We have only 8 bits host bits and 24 bits are for the network, right? So let me just try to show you some more things. Show and question mark, right? There are so many commands, so I'm just telling you those commands which are helpful right now. Show clock, I'll show you the clock if you want to see the clock. So guys, as you can see this, it is showing you the clock, but you might be wondering that why it is showing you March 1993, right? So by default it always shows at 1993 only. So if we want to update the clock, then we can update it with the help of the command, right? Let me just show you some more things. Show history, let me just run this, show history. So it is going to show you the history, right? So basically what history command is going to tell you is that like whatever commands you have run up till now, so it is going to give you the list of those commands. So guys, as you remember that we have used this show running config, we have used this show ARP address resolution protocol, we have also run this command show IP protocols, IP route, show clock, show history. So all those things can be seen with the help of this show history command. So let me just open some more commands. Let me just show host, right? So there are no hosts as of now, so it is not showing you any hosts. Show interfaces, we have already seen. Show MAC address table, if you want to see the MAC addresses, so with the help of this command, tab you just need to press the tab, show, type MAC and press tab, so your command will be auto completed. So there is no MAC entry as of now, but if there is any MAC entry, then you can check it this way. Let me just explore a few more commands. Show startup config. So basically there is a difference between the running config and the startup config. Startup config is all about the configuration which is saved in your router. So we will check this startup config. Show startup config. So this is the saved configuration, right? If you have not made use of this write or do write command, so whatever configuration has not been saved will not be listed here, right? So let me just explore few more commands for you. Show file, let's see. One second, this command is not getting used. Show file, this file is not getting run in this packet tracer, but in actual it will work. let me just see show version. So as you can see this, it is going to tell you the version of this iOS software, like Cisco iOS software 2800 series software, right? What was the release like? So it is going to give you the version details. Show, and we are just going to see few more things. Show users, right? So if you have more than one user, so all those users will be listed here, right? Show, let me just show you show access list. If you have any access list created, so then it will show you. There is no access list, that is what it is showing you as empty. So we are just going to explore few more things so that it would be easy for you to understand. So there are so many commands like VTP, VLAN switch, all those information will be available once we have created those things, right? So now what we are going to do, we are just going to see the physical view of this, right? So this is the logical view which we have seen. Let me just show you the physical view. This is the home city, this is the corporate office, right? And this is the main room, and this is the device, right? See this? These are the connections we have used, right? Our cable is connected to fast Ethernet 0/0. If I'll change it, see this? Now it has been changed to fast Ethernet 0/1, and if I show you the logical view, so it has been changed, but it is showing in the shutdown state because that port was already in the shutdown state. So what I am going to do, I am just going to make it this only. Right? Let me just take you to the logical view. Now it is showing you in the up state, right? Now guys, what we are going to do, we are just going to create one loopback here, right? And we will try to ping it. So to indicate the loopback, I am just going to make use of this line. Let's assume that this is a network here, and we are just going to make use of, let's say, 172.16.2.1, right? Right. So let me just try to save it. Configure terminal, interface, loopback. Guys, we create the loopback like this, or if you have any doubts, you just say int ? So it is going to give you the list of commands which you can run here, right? So as you can see this interface, loopback, there is one command called loopback, and if I type the ? again, so this is the range, like these many loopbacks we can have, right? So basically loopback are like logical interfaces, right? So we can use loopback in many cases because loopback address are always up, they will never ever be down, right? So we will talk more about loopbacks in the upcoming lectures. So for now I'm just going to give one number, because that can be any number between this range. From 0 to this particular number you can have the loopback number, right? You see this there is a huge list for this loopback addresses. So I'm just going to take one loopback number, let's say 99 or 1, right? 1. It is created, and let me just assign the IP address of my loopback. So IP address for this loopback would be, and I just need to provide the subnet mask also. for this class B. So we need not to make this loopback up, because loopbacks are always in the up state, right? So if I run that command again, do show IP interface brief. So as you can see this, like earlier we were having only 2 ports, right? One was the fast Ethernet 0/0, where we have assigned the IP address as 192.168.1.1, that is in the up state, and this particular port we are still not using, and that is what it is showing in the unassigned state, and this is down also. And if you see this, we have just now created a loopback 1, and we have assigned the IP address as 172.16.2.1, and that is also in the up state, right? Now we will try to ping this address from our end device. One second. Ping 172.16.2.1. So guys, as you can see this, we are able to ping our loopback address, right? So we can have n number of loopbacks, like there is no limitation of creating the loopback, right? So basically, when do we create the loopbacks? When we don't want to, like, because let's say we are doing some practice, right, and we just need to check the communication. So in those cases we can create the loopback, and if we have to do the telnet, like in the real scenarios, like if we will configure the telnet on a port, like router port, so that port might get down, right? But when we talk about the loopback addresses, loopback will never ever be down. So we can configure that loopback to do the telnet also, right? So all those things we can do now. So this is how we can create the loopbacks, right? So I hope you guys have understood the concept of like basics. So, and I would be creating a few more videos on the basic part also, and because actually I was quite busy from last 2 to 3 days, so that is what I could not upload some of my videos which I was planning to update. So but tomorrow you will be getting a video by tomorrow and day after also, and I will try to create videos on the basic concept, so that your concept on the basic thing would be very much clear, right? So now let me just tell you a few more things related to this packet tracer also. Let's say you have created this project, right, and you want to save it. So what you can do is you can just go to file, save as, and you can save as these files wherever you want. So in future, if you would like to do the practice on the same thing, then you can just double click, and then this program will automatically open for you, right? So you can just give any name to your file, and that file would be having an extension of .pkt, right? So once you double click on that file, so it will automatically open that project for you, right? So let's just talk about the cable also. Like we have talked about the devices, like these are the routers we have. These are the different series of routers we have: 2811, right, 1841, 1240, 1941, 4321, 4331. These are the different series of routers we have. And when we talk about the end devices, so we have the PC, laptop, server. As you can see this here, these are called the end devices. And if we talk about this particular like icon, so it like it represents the different kind of cables, right? So if you go with this, then it is a automatic cable, right? This is your console cable. So when we talk about the console cable, basically console cable is used for taking the console of your manageable devices. That can be a router or that can be a switch also, right? Because here we are working on a packet tracer, and in the real life scenario, like if we have to configure the router, then we have to take the console if it is a new router, right? If it is an old router, then we can do the telnet, but if it is a new router, then it has to be configured manually, right? So this is again one of the cable, copper straight through, copper crossover cable. this is your fiber cable, this is for the phone, this is coaxial cable, serial DTE, octal. We are not going to use these cables, right? So main thing, the main cables which we are going to use is the automatic cable and the console cable for taking the access, and we are using this copper straight through also and the copper crossover, right? When we talk about the crossover cable, then we use this crossover cable in the case of the same device, right? If we are talking about the PC to PC, then we always make use of this crossover cable, and if we are, when we are talking about a different device like switch and the PC, then in those cases we are going to make use of straight cable, right? So I hope this is all clear to you, and if you guys have any doubt related to the basic concepts also, or if you have any doubt related to the videos which has been uploaded earlier, so just please let me know, and I will try to answer all your queries. And I think you have gained some knowledge related to the basic things today. So I will be coming up with few more videos related to the basic only. So bye for now, and hope to see you soon. Bye bye. Thank you.